This is an introduction to coding using Scratch. So to get started, all you have to do is type Scratch in your search engine. And usually it's the first link that comes up there. So it's scratch.mit.edu. You click on that. And that brings you into the Scratch program. Now we're going to create a new game. So click on Create up here. So this is what our game looks like at the moment. It's just a character on the screen. This cat, he's called a sprite. So that's the name down there. Sprite 1 is the name of the character at the moment in our game. So we're going to start with him and we're going to make him move around the screen and so on. And that's what this first lesson is about. Just basic movements around the screen, how to get around the screen here. And to do that, maybe the very first thing is under motion here are all the commands to do with movement. So we pull out this command, move 10 steps, and just see what that does if I click on it. So he moves 10 steps forward, as you can see. So that's the first piece of code that we can use. Now, to make this more automatic, we'd like to start the game with the green flag and make this happen automatically. So to do that, you go into the events in your game. So the events, as opposed to the motion, are down here. And the first event is the green flag, the start of the game. So drag out the green flag. And now what happens when you click the green flag in future, the game starts and he moves 10 steps automatically. So let's watch that. So there it goes. Okay, let's see what else we can do with him. Back to motion. So as I said, anything to do with moving around the screen is in this first menu here. So maybe make him turn 90 degrees. So change that to 90 degrees. Let's see what happens. So now you see he's turned 90 degrees. He's going to do it again. 90 is upside down now. Another 90 and back to where he started. So that's what that command does if you ever need it. We'll take it out for the moment. Other useful commands. The only trouble with moving 10 steps is he always goes forward. He goes to the right. So you're kind of restricted with that. So there's a better command over here. We'll take that out for a minute as well. And it means change x by 10. Now change x by 10 does the same thing for the moment. Let's just watch. So that moves some 10 steps. But the advantage of this is you can go minus as well. Minus 10 steps. So minus 10. That makes him move backwards. The minus means go backwards. So let's try that. So now he's going backwards. So x in general means horizontal. So it makes him go back horizontally 10, whereas plus 10 makes him go forward horizontally. So click on the green flag again. And you can change the number of steps, of course, as well. You can make it 50, for example, if you want to take bigger steps. You move forward a lot more. To bring him back to the center, that's quite important in a game too. So go to is the command here. Now, every point on the screen has what's called coordinates. So for example, 0x, when x is 0, x means horizontal, y means vertical. So if you go 0 horizontally and 0 vertically, that means you stay where you are at the start of the game, which is right in the middle. So 0, 0 corresponds to the middle of the screen. And you can mess around with that, do some trial and error yourself and see what the different numbers do. So for example, if I went 10, 0 or 10, 0, that makes him go 10 across, 10 horizontally and 0 up. So just 10 horizontally. So try that. So that's 10 horizontally from the center point. Now go 10, 10, for example. We'll try that. And now he's going across 10 and up 10. So maybe try bigger numbers. X is 50, Y is 50. Now that means he goes across 50 in the X direction and up 50 in the Y direction. So he's kind of going diagonal this time. So you can see where he's ended up there. Okay, so that's the go to command, a very useful command. We'll take that out for a minute as well. Now we can change Y So X is the horizontal, as I said, Y is the vertical. So same thing here, change X by 50, change Y by 10. So we might make that 50 as well. Now what this does is it keeps moving, it keeps going across 50 and 50 every time. So 50 across, 50 up, 50 across and 50 up. If we go again, he'll nearly be off the screen. So he's gone across 50 and up 50 again. Do it again. And now he's getting off the screen. We could maybe do one more time. Now he's nearly gone completely. And if he goes off the screen and you need to bring him back, all you got to do is go to here again. So take out these two maybe. So back to the middle of the screen, bring him back 0, bring him back home, 0 and 0. There you have it, he's back at the center again. So there are a few of the basic commands to do with motion. You can mess around with the other ones yourself and see what they do. There's a whole load of them there. They're coded in blue. There's blue color coding here. One last thing to show you in this introduction is how you can change your character and so on. So you mightn't like to use this character, you might need a different character. So what you can do is get rid of him. Now, when you get rid of him, the code associated with him goes as well. That's okay, so just get rid of him there. Bring in a new guy. So there's all these other characters you can use. So for example, you might want a basketball game. So click on the basketball, and what you can also do then is have different background, or a stage as they call it here. So go over to your stage and click here. And there's a basketball court. So now you can make your own basketball game. Now maybe that ball is too big for the basket, I think it is. So we can bring it down to size. So with size here, maybe make it 70% of the original size. Click on 70, enter. Maybe more like it. So that's it. So that's your introduction to Scratch. So in the next demonstration, I'll be taking it a little bit further. Okay, and that's the end of that lesson.